Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio, and we've got another Pokemon V to look at. Look, I warned you, the videos today are going to be coming thick and fast. I have no choice. There's been so much news. Please make sure you watch them all. I'll be a very happy Wossy if you do. Anyway, Tapu Koko V. It's not my favourite. My favourite is Regirock. I've made no secret of that. I'm biased as all goodness, but ladies and gentlemen, I still think it's a phenomenal card. But Tapu Koko is pretty gosh darn good. I really like this Tapu Koko. Although I need to point out right at the beginning, where's the metal resistance? Lightning Pokemon are resistant to metal. They're always resistant to metal. I mean, if we have a little bit of a look at the history of Tapu Koko in the Pokemon trading card game, we had the one in Unified Minds, we've had the Prism Star, we've had the Promo, and we've had the GX. And what do all four of the Tapu Koko cards have in common? Well, to be fair, actually, the GX wasn't resistant to metal, but it also didn't have a weakness, so it was one of these special kind of cards. Just like all of the Tapus, like Tapu Lele, Tapu Bulu, Tapu Fini, all of them had no weakness, no resistance, so we can kind of go, okay, they're all a little bit different, we can forgive this. Lightning Pokemon are resistant to metal, or I suppose they were. Does this mean things are changing in Sun and Moon? And I think the answer is yes. I don't think this is a one-off. I think Lightning Pokemon might be losing their resistance. The good news is Tapu Koko still has free retreat, which is awesome. That is huge. We love it. It's brilliant. It's also weak to fighting. Now, that means my boy Regirock V, boom. But it also means that we got a whole bunch of stuff like Pikachu and Zekrom, Raichu and Alolan Raichu. There's really good lightning types around at the moment, and they're all being hit for a fighting weakness, which means anyone trying to counter those Pokemon will end up countering you as well, because you have the same weakness. Of course, you also have Thunder Mountain Prism Star to reduce your attack cost by 1, and you have Electro Power to do extra damage, and Electromagnetic Radar, which actually won't really help you out here. It's a weird one, right? Discard 2 cards from your hand, search for 2 Lightning EX or GX. It'll get you Pikachu and Zekrom, it'll get you Raichu and Alolan Raichu, it'll get you Dedenne, but this is a Pokemon V, you can't search it out with that. As for the 200 HP, it's on the lower end of the V Pokemon we've seen so far, but I rather suspect 200 is going to turn out around the average. We've seen everything from Celebi with 180 to Zamazenta with 230. So this seems around about in the middle. But what does it actually do? Well, our translation comes from the lovely Antoine Boulet, who has, frankly, been a huge help to us. If I'm honest with you. Go Antoine. And the first attack for 1 lightning energy does 20 damage and draws 2 cards. And this is low-key really, really good. Like, really good. Because you see, we've got plenty of attacks that draw cards. I mean, if you want to go to GXs, how about Virizion? Virizion sits there as a basic 1 colourless energy, draw 2 cards. Well, this draws 2 cards while doing 20 damage. And of course, you've got Electro Power if you want to do a little bit more than 20 damage. And let's not forget, we got Thunder Mountain, so you can use this for free if you like. This is a nice turn 1 attack. This is a nice, I've got nothing else to do, I might as well chip away while drawing some cards. Obviously, we'd rather not use this. I think that's pretty obvious. If we could get away without using this, we'd rather not use it. 20 damage, and look, these Pokemon V still give up 2 prizes. So we don't want to leave them in the active. We don't want to have them unless they're taking big KOs. We don't mind if it's Dedenne, who sits on the bench and never comes active unless your opponent's gusting it up with something like Custom Catcher. And similarly, we don't mind if they're doing giant KOs or doing lots of damage while accelerating energy, things like Pikachu and Zekrom. This is all fine. But we don't like having 2 prize Pokemon sitting in the active, doing a bit of damage and drawing a couple of cards. But it's nice to have the option. It's the same way we never want to use Drampa's GX attack or Rayquaza's GX attack. But it's nice to have it there just in case we need to get set up. Now, they're far better, but they're also your once per game GX attack. Honestly, I don't like this as much as I like Dedenne. Dedenne does 20 damage for a colourless energy and draws until you got 6 cards in your hand. Not to mention it's hitting a better weakness at the moment with stuff like Naganadel running around. But you know what? It's a nice bonus. It's not the reason you play Tapu Koko. It's a nice bonus. The reason you play Tapu Koko is for the main attack here, Lightning, colourless, 200 damage. This Pokemon cannot attack during your next turn. But you got free retreat. So just retreat. And if you really want to attack with this again, retreat to anything, play a switch. There we go, done. The thing is, it's for free energy. But we're in a format with Tapu Koko, Prism Star, and Thunder Mountain. Pikachu and Zekrom needs free energy to attack. You can do it turn 1. Raichu and Alola Raichu. You can do it turn 1. Zeraora GX. You can do it turn 1. We're in a format at the moment where Lightning decks are seeing a huge amount of play. Most of them tend to have an attack for free energy, and we don't care. Because Thunder Mountain Prism Star reduces your attack cost by 1 lightning energy. Tapu Koko Prism Star attaches a lightning energy from the discard to you on the bench and actually attaches 1 to each of 2 bench Pokemon. Then you attach from your hand and you're off. And I didn't mention it earlier, but how about Volkner, which will search for an item card and an energy just in case you need that little bit more help. This is wonderful. If you go back before these Prism Stars were all released, yeah, fine. This might have been a super awkward attack cost. This might not have been worth it. But in a format with Thunder Mountain and Tapu Koko Prism Star, who cares? Just go for it, just do it. And that's what's so great about this. Because you see, Pikachu and Zekrom does 150. Raichu and Alolan Raichu does 160 with paralysis. Zeraora does 160. The difference is, this does more than them. This is our biggest basic lightning free energy attack. And that's why it's great. And I don't know if you necessarily want to put 3 or 4 of these in a lightning deck. Maybe you just put 1 or 2 in. But you've now got a free retreater, and please do not underestimate how great it is to have a free retreater for after a KO or whatever it might be. It is wonderful having a free retreat Pokemon on the bench. It's brilliant. But this does more damage than other stuff. And look, Pikachu and Zekrom attaches free energy from the deck to one of your Pokemon. If you're not getting a KO, fine. Then by all means go use Pikachu and Zekrom. And Raichu and Alolan Raichu does 160 but paralyzes, so by all means use that to get the paralysis. But what if you're against an Ultra Necrozma? Ultra Necrozma's sitting there being like, hey, I can actually one-hit KO any of your tag teams for free prizes. What's going on? Well, firstly, this is a 2-prize Pokemon, as opposed to the tag teams we're playing at the moment to give up free prizes. And secondly, this will one-hit KO Ultra Necrozma. Pikachu and Zekrom needs 2 Electro Power to do so. Raichu and Alolan Raichu needs 1 Electro Power to do so. This just gets a KO. And then, of course, let's say you're against something like Reshiram and Charizard. Now, okay, it's not easy, but you can get a one-hit KO. You need 3 Electro Power. Oh no, wait! Shrine of Punishment. You see, Shrine of Punishment drops 1 damage counter on each Pokemon EX and GX between turns. Pokemon V are not EX and GX Pokemon. 2 Electro Power and a Shrine of Punishment, oh look. Not to mention, this cannot be brought into the active with Great Catcher, but your EXs and GXs can. One of the videos I'm going to do in a couple days is looking at all the reasons why Pokemon V are hyper-relevant in an age of GXs. And these are just some of them. But the fact of the matter is, free retreat, easy to pay attack cost, nice bonus attack, more damage than our other lightning Pokemon are doing for free energy, and it's not a GX, which gives it plenty of advantages. This is a phenomenal card. I'm giving it between 4 and 5 Wassies. We don't give half Wassies, that would be barbaric. There are still going to be times where you want to accelerate energy with Pikachu and Zekrom. There are still going to be times where you want the paralysis with Raichu and Alolan Raichu. I get it. But it's a great time to be a lightning Pokemon, and this has really good attacks, free retreat, and so much support. I think this is phenomenal. But I'd like to know what you think, so let me know in the comments section. Go nuts! Me nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassiePlays, where we talk about a whole bunch of games that don't even have any Pokemon in. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.